Hello, Mogoros. Today we're gonna show you some certain things. I will be plain and honest with you today. I am recording this a third time, or fourth, can't really remember. It's awkward. I am painting a tree, or an overgrown poppy, as my sister said. Yes, an overgrown poppy. You'll see why, because it's gonna be red. I'm spoiling you, because you're gonna skip this anyway. So, this is essentially a study of I forgot one. Yes, I forgot the composition. Actually, one of the more complicated parts in painting. The value, the shadows, the light, none of that really matters if your composition sucks so bad that you kind of want to kill someone, like a president of some country that no one ever heard of, for example. Because why not, Unless it's totally illegal here on Earth, which is probably true. There's many things that are illegal here on Earth. You are very strict to yourself, I suppose. Is the right term, strict to yourselves. Oh well. Anyways, composition. A very interesting subject, actually. I found it that... Well, actually, I'm gonna start with how I found that composition is the key to many things. I looked at this one woman that I'm following on Instagram. She's a painter and a teacher of it. She is goddamn good. She's so good, I would like to steal her brains, if it not be illegal. Damn, she paints good. Oof, really good. And I watched her paintings, looked at her paintings. I watched like really closely, like a hawk, with my all-piercing eye, to see what the freak is different between her paintings and mine. And it took me nearly a week to realize that her paintings are simply a lot better. Simply put, they were a lot better in like one regard or two, or maybe like 50,000. But the whole point is that I figured it out, right? Her composition is flawless. She really puts a lot of work in it. Plus, I saw a little video about that she made. So her composition is I'll say nearly flawless, because I know that nothing is perfect except for me. So her composition is nearly flawless, and that makes her paintings deep. That makes her paintings look good. You look at them and you see things that you want you to see. And then I looked at my paintings and they're flat. No matter how well the shadow is done on a single object, the whole thing just doesn't really have anything. Doesn't really have anything to say. I'm so far away from telling the story with my paintings that, oh my bloody god. Now it's a Sakura. Ha! Lazy. So I'm really far away from nailing a composition. So I started thinking how to do the composition. I watched a couple of hours of tutorials and lectures stolen from universities and stuff, and all kind of lectures, plein air and whatnot, about how Monet or Sargent did his stuff and all that kind of jazz. I looked at those and I tried to memorize the key moments of everything. And it just so happened that I realized one silly truth. My paintings has at least 3 objects that are in your face, that are supposed to be your main focal points. But if you have 3, then there's a lot. It's a lot to process. But as I said, I have at least 3. So I dropped all other stuff and I kept only 1. because the Shrine of the Traveler, it was I really liked that piece, but it was ruined by those little three trees because they were competing for attention with a sculpture, which I worked on for bloody an hour, probably, or a little less than an hour, under an hour. And I just slapped those three little trees there to be a mood of some sort or something. I don't even remember why I did them that way, but it turned out that those three little suckers have made the entire picture suck. So I dropped everything except one main object, and I made it a tree. And it's my second painting with an object, which is a singular object, focal point and composition of O, I suppose, like stuff is in the center, whatever. I'm just trying to make my ugly creatures to look orderly, because composition does that. It makes your paintings or your drawings, it doesn't really matter apparently, it makes it orderly, like, you know, like law and order and stuff, like, yo, like a law. Yo, man, that's good reference. Composition is like a law. It makes things look orderly. Does this painting look orderly? Probably not, because I'm still feeling the ropes. I'm not really adept in using composition in any way at all. This is ugly but red. There's another thing. You can make composition with two things, like colors and placements of stuff, right? So you can compose with colors, and honestly, that is exactly how I feel about that. It's kind of, yeah, I kind of understand the values, the stuff, but the placement of stuff on canvas is super annoyingly, seriously necessary to be there. Otherwise, what's the whole point of everything else? Because it was said that if your composition is strong, you can be the lamest painter in the world. Your painting will look good. If you're the master of shadows, you're master of values, you're master of shading, but your composition sucks, donkeys, balls, no matter what you are, your painting will look ugly. And yeah, this is actually absolute truth. I hate to admit it, but I suck at composition. I mean, I'm so obsessed with equality between left and right, top and bottom. Everything has to be like mirror image, mirror weight. Everything has to be perfect. Is that a perfectionism speaking? No, that is actually an idiot speaking. You know that inner critic, as they call it, right? Yeah, that's inner idiot. Because that dude who says, I suck at this, I suck at that, I can't do this, I can't do that, he's just as much of an expert as I am. And I am not an expert. The only thing I'm expert at is eating and shitting and pissing and sleeping. That is things that I am expert at. Oh, and breathing poorly, badly, irregularly, and all that kind of stuff. Like, no, I'm not an expert at breathing, and no matter how you look at it, I'm not an expert in that. So, shut that critic of yours, because I did mine, and enjoy the only thing that makes you happy: painting. Anyways, people, this rambling was about composition. But in all truthfulness, This was me having fun, making fun out of myself and my painting. And this search of light, absolutely unnecessary. It's already there. You can't find something that's already there, right? So, people, have a good day, good luck, good night, and have fun. And most importantly, have a good life, because no one ever gonna tell you that except for me. So, have a good one. And bye bye. We'll see you another time. Probably. Hopefully. Surely, right?